Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. And today I'm gonna show you about a strategy that I call the box builder. Are you ready to see this? Here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
All right, for this system, we're pretty much going to be playing all of box numbers, and we're gonna do 96 across, okay? So that's $96, by the way. Let me set it up just so you can see how it works. And normally the dealer over there would set it up. So let me get over here and show you from this side. All right, so the dealer will set you up at 96. Sorry, so this spot would be this spot right here. Okay, so 96 is $15 level, 15, 15, 18 on the 6 and 8, okay, and then 15 and 15. All right, so $96 across. All right, so that's what you would start off as, and that puts, like I said, 15 and 15, 15, 15, 18, 18, 96 across. All right, now, as you're standing over here, one thing that you will say to, if that is off, these bets are off, by the way. But what you'll do is you'll just set it up no matter what, whether that's on or off, you're gonna set it up. And what you'll do is, what you'll say is off. I wanna be off. Okay, so if that says off, then you are automatically off. So sometimes they'll say you already are off. Okay, fine. Then what will happen is somebody will roll the dice. Let's roll the dice and see what happens here. And it turns out it's a 9. Okay, so the puck will go to 9. And now that this says on, the bets are on, but you are gonna say off. Turn me off, please. They'll have a little button here, one of these, and it'll say off right there. Even though this says on, you will be off, because on the first roll, after the come out, you're actually going to be off. You're never going to work this roll here. What you're looking for is you're looking for one of these box numbers to hit, okay? Let me move this over. That way we could see the dice hit the wall, okay? I know it's probably small, but I'm going to just throw it from this side over here against that wall. So they'll roll the dice. Let's see what hits. A 6. So you were off. You didn't get paid on the 6, but because it's a box number, you will turn on for one roll. Here we go. Let's see what happens. And it is an 8. All right, so you have the 8 hit, and they'll take the dice up there, and you will get paid $21. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna throw in $3. Okay, this is a press move, and you're gonna throw in $3, and you're gonna say, make my 6 and 8 look like 30 each. Okay, so what you're doing is you're taking the $21 that you win from the 8, you're taking the $21, you're adding 22, 23, 24, and you're putting 12 on here and 12 on here. So from 18 to 30, okay? So now these look like 30, and this is what you're gonna do. Now you're gonna say, and turn me off, all right? So this is how the system works. It's pretty much this. Now what's gonna happen, you get one hit and you turn off. So what you're doing is you're turning everybody's roll into a long roll. Now it doesn't matter what happens with this person, if they hit their 9 or not. What we're gonna do is let's just roll it and see what happens. There's a 6. We didn't get paid, but that's okay. All right, here we go, let's roll it again. And it's a 7, 7 out, all right? So when the 7 comes, these bets are all off. We said off, right? And this comes off, everybody loses their money except for you. You started with 96 and now you have a little bit more, right? Okay, so now it's time for another come out roll. Here we go. The roll happens and it's a 10, hard 10. So now this point becomes 10 and you're going to say, turn me off, because you never play the roll after the point is established. If they 7 out right now, that's what's called a PSO, 0.7 out, PSO. 0.7 out. You will never get hit with a 0.7 out because you never play this roll, no matter what. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's roll it. And it is an 8. Okay, we did see a box number, so now we're going to be on. Let's see what happens. And it is a 9. 9. And so 9 hits, okay? And being that the 9 hits, this time what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, make my 5 and 9 look like 25 each, okay? Now what that does is it pays $21. So they will pay you 21. You will say, make them look like 25 each, meaning putting 10 more on this one and 10 more on this one. And then they will give you a dollar change, okay? So now you have 110 inside with 15 and 15 here. What you'll do is you will turn off. And what you're doing here, so there's your change. What you're doing here is you are turning off, but you're building your box. That's why we call it the box builder, okay? Now you might say, how long is this gonna happen, or how long will you do this? Well, we would do it until there's a yo 11. We'll do it until, let's see what happens here. Okay, 7 out, and now this goes off. We save all of our money because our bets were off. So you might say, oh, are you just playing the 3rd roll on every shooter? No, not necessarily, because we're waiting for a box number to hit. If it's a 12, 11, 3, whatever, we wouldn't turn on our bets. Let's roll it again and see what happens. There's a 9, so the point is 9. And remember, we are off. So we say turn our bets off, please. And here goes the roll, and it is a 9. So they hit the 9, and now they go, this puck goes off. We didn't get paid, but we weren't working on that second roll. So now another point gets established, and it's a 3, okay, 3. Craps 3, and then an 8, hard 8. Okay, so then the point becomes 8, and guess what? We are off, right? We're off. We're waiting to see one of these box numbers, and there is a 3, so we're not working because we haven't seen a box number yet, okay? And there's a 9, so there's the 9. Now we will be working, and it rolls, and it's a 5. All right, so a 5. Now, this pays $35. Let me reach over and get one of these since I don't have them over here. So now that this pays $35, we can either collect, or now we can say this, take my 5 and 9 to 35 each, okay? So what will happen is, this is, well, I don't have enough here, sorry, I'm kind of one-man crew here. All right, so here is 35, okay? So it pays 35. We'll take the 5 and 9 to 35 each, and what we're doing is we're building our box numbers, okay? So now this pays 49 and this pays 49, okay? And then what do? We say turn me off, okay? So we're turning all these different people that roll, we're turning their roll into a long roll. So, you know, box builder, we're taking and we're building our box. Okay, so I'm just showing you, we're kind of keeping them separate as far as like, even though the 5 hit, we press the 9 and the 5. If the 4 and 10 hit, we're gonna press the 4 and the 10. I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, so now they're gonna be rolling. There's a 3 and there's a 4. We don't get paid, there's a 9 because we are off. Okay, so there's a yo, there's a 5, and there's a 6. Whoa, this is the long roll, right? There's an 8. Whoa, there's an 8. All right, let's roll it again. And it's a 5 again. Sorry, we're just waiting for them to hit a point. Oh, wait, they did with an 8, sorry. Okay, so they hit the point, the 8 went off. Okay, so they hit the 8. I should have, that would have been point hit, because you would definitely be off right now, and now they're coming out for another come out roll, okay? And there's a 4. So the point is 4, so they're on the 4. Okay, and now what we're doing is we're off, okay? They're gonna roll, and it's a 5. So now that it's a 5, we're on, okay? And then we're hoping that it's an 8. Okay, there it is, an 8. Okay, so now the 8 hits. I'm gonna have to get some more chips over here, excuse me for my reach. Okay, so 30, so there's an 8, 30 pays 35, okay? And what we'll say is, we'll say, make my 6 and 8 look like 42 each. We will get $11 back as change, okay? And they will make these look like 42. Now, do I have enough to do that? I don't know if I have enough to do that. Enough of these, because that would be 42, and that would be 42. There we go. All right, and now these look like 42 each, and these pay 49, these pay 49, these still pay 27. The 4 and 10 we haven't got a hit on where we get paid yet. Okay, we turn off. We get our one hit and we turn off, okay? We're building our box. Now, there's a 7 out. 7 out right there, the next roll. Okay, we still have all of our money intact. Now, you might say, how far or how long do you build your box? Because remember, we started with 96 across. Every time, remember, even though we have a lot more than 96 out here, we are risking only $96. So there comes a point where you're going to want to try to get your money back or get your investment back. Each one of these pay 50 for one. Like we throw in $1, we would get 50. So if we can get 2 hits on any of these and actually collect 2, then we would have our money back. Or we can continue to build the box until we get a black chip or it pays at least $100. Okay, so it depends on how you want to do it. All right, here we go. So we're coming out and it's a 4. Back out on the 4. Our bets are off. We want to wait to see a box number. Here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's a 7 out. All right, we still have our money. 0.7 outs do not hurt us because we do not play the point or bet that roll after the point's established. All right, next shooter, and this is an 8. Okay, so the point becomes 8. And here we go, they roll, and it is a 9. Okay, a 9 hit, and we're working. Okay, here we go, and it's a 5. So we get paid. We throw in $1 and we get paid 50 for 1. Now, this is the thing. So they throw in $1. Sorry, I can't reach it, but they throw in $1. Okay. So now we can go here and we can make these look like 50 each and bring back $20 if we'd like. Okay. Or we can make them look like 60 each. I kind of like to make it easy for the dealers. So I usually would just go to 50 each and bring back $20 back to my rack. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So $20 back to you. And now we're going to turn off. So our bets are off. Let's see what happens. And it's a 3, craps 3. And it's a yo 11. And 7 out. All right, so 7 out. So if you notice, there has been a lot of people that have rolled a couple times. You know, a lot of these hands have rolled a couple times and then 7'd out. We have just got that one time, right? Now, notice how much money, there's 100 just right here on the 5 and 9. Now, you might say, okay, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just start over back to 96 across. If you take these down and then you split these, you could go back to 96 across and have all your money back. Or you can continue with the run. This is the box builder, okay? So let's have the next shooter coming out. Our bets are off, the puck is off, and point is 9. All right, so the point is 9, and now our bets are off. We're waiting for come out. Oh, that's 7 out. So that was a 0.7 out. We didn't lose our money. How many would you think, how many percentages of rolls are what's called 0.7 out, meaning they establish a point and then they 7 out? We'll never get hit with that because we never play that roll. In fact, even if somebody hits their point, say their point was 5 and they rolled a 5, then they rolled a 6, we wouldn't be on that roll. We'd wait for a box number, then we turn on. So we could play more rolls or bet more rolls than just one on each shooter if they're hitting their points, okay? Let's see what happens here. There's a 10, the point is 10, and let's roll. And it is an 8, so the 8, now our bets are on. Let's see what happens. And it is an 8 again, an 8 again. Now this pays 50 for 1, okay? So they're gonna take 1, pay us 50, and we could say make my 6 and 8 look like 90 each, okay? And so what they'll do is they'll just take that and they'll give you $3 back. All right, so now 60 each, sorry. So now these are at 60 each, okay? The next one is 90 each. So we brought back 20, now we're bringing back another 13 back to our rack. So you could see how even as you're building, you're actually bringing it back. But we still, when you say $96, we started with 96. We got, what did we get back? 30, say 36. So now we're only $60 at risk right now, you know, even though we have right here, just right here is $220, just right here, right? And now we're gonna go off and we're gonna roll the dice and see what happens. There's a 9, and there's a 6, and there's a yo 11, and there's a 7 out. All right, so then 7 out, we still have our money. Next shooter, here we go, let's see what happens. And it's an 8, the point is 8. And at any time you're building your box, you can regress back down to the original. You can, say we went to 110 inside here and we brought 110 back, then we'd be in profit. But remember, we're trying to build our box. Okay, so the 8 rolled, our bets are off, here we go. And it's a 5, so being that it's a box number, now we're building a box, our bets are working. Here, let's see what happens. And it's a 9. All right, so the 9 hits, that pays $70, or it pays 75 for 5. So we could throw in 5. And this is a big one because look, we threw in 5, but we can make this one look like 75 and 75. So now these each pay $105. Now when I do the box builder, this is when I start collecting. So the 5 and 9 are in prime position to just collect. So every time a 5 and 9 hit, I'm collecting. One more hit on a 6 or an 8, and we do have a couple more hits to go on the 4s and 10s. We haven't actually got a 4 and 10, but that's okay. They're there ready just in case. But we are bringing back another $20 to our rack, so that's 50 out of our 96 that we are, what was it, 50? No, 40. So we're only at $40 risk right now, okay? All right, now our bets are off, and we're gonna let this continue to roll. So there's a 10, and there's an 8. So they hit their point. The puck is off, our bets are off, coming out for another come out roll. It's a 6, so the point is 6. Our bets are off, we're waiting for a come out or a box number to hit. And it's 4, that's a box number, so we're gonna be working. Let's be working and see what happens here. And it's a yo 11. All right, now we will still be working. There's an 8, there's an 8. So we got an 8, and that pays, again, 70 for 5, or 75 for 5, or $70 is the payout. We're actually, sorry, I'm gonna need some of this, because we're gonna throw in 10 and just say, make my 6 and 8 look like 90 each. We're bringing back $15 to our rack, by the way. Or actually $10. So now these look like 90 each. So now this is 75, 90, 90, and 75. Each one of these pays $105. Let's put that in our rack there. So now we're at the place, let me get this over here. Now we're at the place where we'll be winning $105 if any one of these inside hit. However, we just hit the 8, so we're turning our bets off. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. There's a 6, and there is another 6, and there is a 4. Oh, sorry, we hit the 6, so the bets would have been off. Okay, sorry, that was a 12, by the way. Okay, so we hit the 6, the bets would have been off. Okay, and this is where you choose, even though we have this on the 4 and 10, but we are at the black level where we could get paid. This is where you choose to let it ride, because you built your box to where each one of these is paying what you started off with. Okay, let's have a come out roll. Let's see what happens. There's a 6. So the coming out is the 6. Our bets are off. We're gonna wait until we see a box number, and there is a 7 out. Okay, here we go. Another shooter coming out, and it is an 8. All right, we're gonna wait until we see a box number. Here we go, and it's a 7 out. Okay, wow. Right when we're getting ready to, we got to where we are. Let's start making some money now. Okay, there's a yo 11, and here is another yo 11, and here is a 9. Point is 9, and now it's time to, we're off. Okay, let's see if we can see a box number. There's a 6, that's a box. Okay, now we can choose, basically on these inside numbers, we could choose to make $100 per shooter if we want. Let's see, we're working right now. And it is an 8. All right, an 8 rolls, we get $105. right there. Now, this is what you do. Either turn off or you let it ride because you built your box. This is basically the box builder. This is how it works. If the 4 and 10 hit, we'd make them both look like a quarter. And then if they hit again, we make them both look like $50, okay? Then we would collect them. They would be winning a black chip as well on every roll. Okay, so here we go. What do you want to do? Let me know in the comments what you would have done, but you have to type it in now because we're making a decision. For me, I'm gonna turn off and see what happens. For you, type in the comments, are you working? You better calculate how much you make. Here we go. We are 7 out. Oh my goodness, good thing I was not working, right? All right, so I made $100 per that shooter, okay? Here we go, another come out roll. And it is a 3, craps 3, and it is a 5, so the point is 5. My bets are off. I'm waiting to see a box number. This is the box builder, folks. There's a 2, craps 2, and this is a 3, craps 3, and there is a 7 out. Good thing we were not working our bets, right? All right, let's have another come out roll. Here we go, and it's a 4. The point is 4. My bets are off. Here we go, and it's a 12. Because we didn't see a box, we're not working yet. And it is a 6. We got a box, let's be working. Here we go. And it is a 6 again. We have $105 coming to us. Now we know that we started with 96. We have well over $200 based on our $96 bet. Now, like I said, there is a point where you decide whether you want to turn off and keep going, just go for one hit like we have been, or you can let it ride, or you can do a little hybrid where you actually press these again to another level. I would probably go to 100 and 120 on each of these. They would pay 140. But let's go ahead and turn off and see what happens. And it's a 5. And it is a 7. 7 out. All right, now on this next round, we're just gonna let it ride and see what happens, okay? There's a 9, so the point is 9. We are gonna be off on the next roll because we never wanna play that one. There's a 10, it is a box number, and we are working. Okay, we're working now, and it's a 6. We get paid $105, and we're gonna keep them on. We're gonna keep them working, okay? There's a 3, craps 3, and it is a 7 out. We lost everything. But based on our $96, we had well over $300 that we got back. So box builder, tell me what you think. This is a system that is a grind system. Obviously, you're here for a long time making a long roll out of everybody's rolls. But then also, it's not really for points. This is when you already have your points, or maybe you're trying to grind back some bankroll, maybe a bankroll recovery system this would be. But we do want to call it the box builder because you're building your box bets. So box builder, tell me what you think. Let me know. And until next time, oh, let me go to the outro here. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope, let me know how it goes. Let me know in the comments what you think, as long as you're nice about it, okay? Don't forget to subscribe and watch this video if you'd like to see more. And I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.